All right, so boys and girls, we are doing just a recap of our classroom rules today. And we see that we have 4 categories. We have one that is about being respectful, responsible, and safe. And then we threw in a special one called signals. Where have you heard these 3 words, respect, responsible, and safe? Where have you heard those 3 words? Hint, it's something that we say every morning. Every morning. We make a pledge, and it's not the Pledge of Allegiance. Emily. The Prairie Heights Promise. So the Prairie Heights Promise, we've had these 3 words that we keep in our classroom, in our hallways, in our cafeteria, out at recess, out on the bus. These 3 words are huge in our building on how we can be the best Prairie Heights 4th graders that we can be. We threw in one here called signals because we came up with a cool way in our classroom that we can get out of our seat without interrupting the teacher or when she's teaching or when she's in a small group. And so we came up with some signals. So we're going to kind of just recap those and so that we can remember them. So respect. Where should we show respect? Logan.
When the teacher's talking.
Okay, so respect the teacher. Where up? Who else or what else?
Other kids.
So your peers. Now that can mean other 4th graders. That can mean in our classroom, our 4th grade friends. It can mean when we have book buddies in here, how we treat them respectfully. Very good. So peers. Doesn't have to just be our classmates. It doesn't just have to be our Mrs. Rudd family here. It has to be everybody that comes in this room that wants to hang out with us. Perry, who else or what else should we respect?
The hallways.
So can I just put Prairie Heights? Can we respect the building, the bathrooms, the lunchroom, the outside? So Prairie Heights we need to respect. So that includes all the cool things in this room, from the bookcases, how we're not chipping off paint, to tearing apart our reading couch, to breaking a pencil sharpener or shoving in crayons in there. We gotta respect Prairie Heights. So we gotta respect everything that's here, all the equipment that we get to use to make our learning better. Okay? How about responsible? What should we be responsible with? Jace?
Your pencils.
Okay, so your supplies. So I'm gonna put your supplies you need to be responsible with. Logan? Responsible.
Your supplies.
Yep, your scissors, be responsible with them. Don't be running around with them. We really want to treat them respectfully. If you have a ruler, Mrs. Rudd has a problem with rulers going all over the place, so we got to be responsible with our ruler. Use it for the tool that it's used for, and then put it away. Emily, what else should you be responsible with? So books. Can I also add in homework, like your books, your homework, things that you have to take home? So homework and agenda. Anything else that we should be responsible with? Food. I'm going to count that as supplies, but yeah, things that you have. I added the word your, like your supplies, your food, your scissors, your ruler. What else should you be responsible with?
Others.
So, other stuff. So, I'm going to put others' is stuff. So, you need to be respectful of your peers and be responsible that you do not take other people's stuff or mess with other people's stuff or stick stuff in their desk, that you are not messing with other stuff. Blaine, what else should you be responsible for?
Computers.
Absolutely, your computers. Now, Prairie Heights is a great place to enjoy learning. We promise to be respectful, responsible. We have had some talks about being responsible when you're outside at recess, and all of a sudden I have some friends that come in and they are very upset that something happened out at recess. And so I pull some friends out and I say, you need to be responsible. What happened? So what do you count that as being responsible for your behavior? What does that mean?
On the playground.
Okay, so we're going to be responsible for our behavior on the playground, in the classroom, on the internet, in here, we're not gonna be chatting back and forth and saying mean things, we're not passing notes, we're gonna be responsible for our behavior. Okay, I'm gonna move on to safety, I will call on you two in a second, but let's talk about being safe. In this classroom, what would that mean, being safe, Perry?
Don't stand on the furniture.
Okay, so can I just write furniture, because does Mrs. Red like it when we are only on two legs
No.
of the chairs?
No.
Does it like it if we're standing up on these and trying to pretend like this is a horse or something? No. Can we hang out the windows?
No.
So furniture, let's be safe with the furniture. Jasmine, computers, don't drop them, be safe with them. Niall?
Walking.
Walking, so we're going to walk, not run. So that really comes into play at indoor recess time in here. This is not a gym, so we've really gotta just walk to what we're gonna do. So furniture, we're walking. Jace,
Supplies.
be safe with your supplies like your ruler, your scissors, your pencils, not poking people.
When you're gonna sign up for, to go to a library, don't
Oh, that, I like that, the walking. But what about going places? Can you go anywhere you want, like this is just JCPenney's and you can just come in and come out and go wherever you want to whatever room you want to go in? No, so safety, that means you've gotta check in with me. You gotta let me know that where you're gonna be. So you gotta do a check-in. And I would say maybe even ask. That would be the easiest way to check in. So just to kind of come in and say, hey, Mrs. Rudd, I really need to use the restroom. Or Mrs. Rudd, can I go ask my little sister something in so-and-so's room? So really just checking in and asking. This is not a JCPenney's where you can just come in and go out and go into this department and that department, you just come and go as you please. You're with me. So you're in this room, I need to know where you are at all times. Okay, we get this funny business of signals. We got a 1, we got a 2, we got a 3, and we got a 5. And so we have little hand signals that we kind of keep up on the board. But what does a 1 mean? You hold up a 1. Carver, what does a 1 mean? What? Anything in the room. So you're staying in this room, but I'm teaching, or I am with a friend in the back corner, and you need to blow your nose. You need to throw something away. You need to go ask a friend if you can sit by them at lunch in a 0 or 1 voice. You want to get a book from the bookshelf. You want to go put something in your mailbox. You want to sharpen your pencil. All of those things are in this room. I can see you, and this would be a good transition time where I have quit yapping, or I am working with a friend, and you don't need me. You just hold up a 1, I nod my head, you go do your thing. How about a 2? Ava? Restrooms. Now that is not telling me what you're gonna do in the bathroom. I know when we were little, sometimes we say a number 2, a number 1, that's not what that means. Just number 2, holding up a 2 just means I need to use the restroom. And I know some have used the R for restroom, some have done this for toilets, I just do a 2. So 2 is using the restroom. And so wherever we are, you just have to hold up this and you can use the restroom. I know some even used it at the movie theater yesterday when we went. They just held up a 2 and then like, yep, and then they took off and went to the bathroom. How about a 3? What's a 3? Jasmine?
Locker.
Your locker. And the cool part about this room is our locker is right by our room. So you are going to your locker, getting what you need, and coming right back. That could be a sweatshirt. That could be taking off your sweatshirt. That could be getting your library books. That could be getting your agenda because you forgot it. It could be changing your shoes. It is in and out. You do not get to have a free pass for the hallway where you get to go there, then you get to visit another teacher, and then you get to go to the bathroom, and then you come back 20 minutes later. This is, I'm going to my locker, I'm coming right back. I should be able to swing open the door, I see ya, and I come back, you come back if you've been gone too long. This is in and out. A 3 is locker. The last one is a 5. What's a 5? And I see some of you holding it up right now. Micaiah. You're asking a question or you're answering a question. So Mrs. Wright, I need you, come here. Or, I know what the capital of Alabama is. So you are raising your hand or you are answering a question. This is just normal, just raising your hand. So 5, all of this. That's a 5. This was a thing that we kind of struggled with this year. When is a good time to give me a signal? When is a good time to give me a signal?
In the morning.
In the morning, yes, because I am not teaching, so that's a hint.
When you're not talking.
When I'm not talking, so if I'm giving a math lesson, is it okay for you to ask to go to the bathroom? No, but when I all of a sudden turn you to your independent practice and I give you some time to work, perfect time. That's taking your time. You're not missing any directions. You're not missing any instructions. You've got it. Okay? When would be another time that you could ask me, you could give me a signal? Intervention. When I'm working with a small group, I'm not working directly with you. There's one more because we're in 4th grade, so we're 9 or 10 years old. When would be another time that you could give me a signal or you could come right up to me? Perry. So it's an emergency. You have snot coming down your nose and you need to get a tissue. And I am jabbering up there like no end. Or you have to get to the bathroom. That's an emergency. That is when you can just come right up to me. That is when you can hold it up and be like, oh, I'm in trouble. I know, and you know. I am not going to say absolutely not. Emergencies, we're not going to have any accidents on our watch. We've got this. But if you have a bloody nose, you have snot coming, you have to go to the bathroom, those are emergencies, you go take care of them. If you're going to have emergencies every single day, we're going to be calling the doctor. We're going to call home. Because I don't think you should have emergencies every single day if you're not going when we all go. Okay? So these are our classroom rules, and we are trying to keep those same 3 words, and then we added in a special one for us. We review them a lot during the year, and then we also keep little signs up to remember that. Okay, nice job.